Hey, good morning. It's Kay here on the Tennessee homestead, and I just wanted to give you a quick update about the end of July challenges that have been going on in the garden. But first, I wanted to show you something very, very funny, because when the kitties first came, their whole world was outside on this deck. This was all surrounded by netting that we put up a fence, and then we made this beautiful, like a mountain for them to climb on, and they were so cute climbing on that. And this was their whole world until they figured out how to just climb right over this screen door, which took about a few days. They're usually hanging out in other areas now, and they just haven't been back here. So I thought I would just call them and see if they come running. They should come running from right there. Let's see what happens when I say, treats. Kitties! Treats! Come, kitties! One. It used to be so funny because they would have to climb over that, and they would, where's everybody? Kitties! Come get a treat! Come on! Come on! Treats! Wow. Hi, Tiger. It's so funny. She went over the gate, even though she could just walk around, because that whole section of the netting they tore down a long time ago. I've got treats, but not everybody's here, so I'm going to wait. Go get everybody. Okay, so take a look at what I just shot a little bit ago over in the side garden. They all should look like this one, but they don't. This is the best looking row, and it's the farthest from the outside. I'm going to pile on some compost and see if that helps. You can see little holes on my eggplant leaves. That's probably flea beetle, although I haven't seen them. A lot of damage on my okra leaves. I got to get after this before I lose it. My cacao is settled to the bottom. Yeah, you can, kind of. My cacao is settled to the bottom of my drink. But, you know, I have to say, I have to have the attitude, and I do have the attitude because I feel so blessed. God has been so good to me. Every situation could be so much worse. So my glass is, well, right now it's not half empty, but my glass is half full, not half empty. What I started drinking is still warm. I put a lot of ice in it. But I mix up my cacao and local raw honey, which I'm told if I keep drinking it, I might build up a resistance to the poison ivy, which is the main reason that I can't cuddle more with these wonderful, affectionate children, feline children. But I'm really trying. I'm eating local goat yogurt, local goat, I can't talk. Local raw goat yogurt and milk, as well as the honey, and you know, goats love poison ivy, so fingers crossed. Kitties, where are you? Come get a treat. There they come. There they come. Only Patch went over there. She just did that by instinct, because they would just go boom, boom over that. It was just amazing. I was so impressed with them. So Spot, let me just fill you in on a Spot. Spot, I thought maybe Spot had mange, and I haven't seen mange since my first dog when I was in grade school. So I looked it up, and he was getting these thin patches here. I'm really sweating because I've been working. Sorry, I've been working for an hour and a half. It's 8 in the morning, and he started. The hair right here before the ears on a cat is very short anyway, and then I just started seeing the skin, and it was patchy and crusty, and then they were fighting a lot. They wrestle and scratch each other, and it just wasn't getting well. So I took him I couldn't get in to see my vet. Once I decided it was mange, I couldn't get in to see my vet for 2 days. And so I went to a new vet. I wasn't familiar with the turn. And I was in my truck because I was planning on going and picking up supplies. And I haven't done that much backing up in that pickup truck. And I was going down Highway 70, which was the main east-west route through the state, I believe. It goes all the way before I-40 went in. And if you miss that turn a certain turn to get on, this road, you're kind of stuck on Highway 70, and you got to try to find a place to turn around. Right here, Spot. Right here. Show me your pretty face. Yes. Your hair looks so much better. Okay, so what I decided to do which was a bad choice, but that's clear, but this is what I did. I stopped on a blind hill, and I proceeded to back up, and I was going to back into this driveway and then just go back down the highway the other way. And I haven't gotten used to relying on that rear view camera in the truck. And I was just eyeballing the mirrors and stuff, and I thought I gave myself enough, allowed enough for the cab in my mind to make that turn and back into that driveway, but I didn't. And all of a sudden I go chukunk, and my truck is back like this. And I realized that the 2 back tires had gone off the highway and were just hanging over the side. And now there's a car coming this way, and she stops, and here's the highway, and I am blocking this lane entirely, perpendicular. And I'm thinking, oh my gosh, what a terrible predicament. I'm going to have to call AAA. I'm going to have to get towed out because I tried the gas and I didn't come out. The tires were spinning. And I'm like starting to panic. Spot was just crying and crying in the seat in front. And I'm just, because he's never been away from the girls, And so, the one time I took them all to the vet, there wasn't a peep. They were all in the carrier and there wasn't a peep. Now they wouldn't all fit in that carrier. They've gained a lot of weight. So anyway, I see this older lady in this SUV, and I'm just going, and she just kind of smiles, no worries. I'm in the South, people are nice. And then it dawns, and I open the door and I look back and I see that I have run off into a rocky ditch. And so I think, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? I got to do it fast because the traffic's going to, and I went, wait a minute, I have 4-wheel drive in this truck. And I've never even used the knob, but I knew that it was down there, and because Justin had used it once. And so I saw that it had a 4 with an arrow that way and a 4 with an arrow that way. And a 2, obviously. And so I thought, well, that must mean forward and reverse. I didn't know. And so it doesn't. It means low and high gear. But anyway, I said, I want to go forward. So I put it in the up arrow, and I just put on the gas and I came right out. And so I thought, okay. So I went to the vet and dealt with all of that stuff. It was like $130 for the medicine and the shot and all of that, and the exam, and they had to look at it they had to check his ears. He had something in his ears. Come here, baby, come on. Here he is. He's my baby. I know I can't touch him, but I have to wash that face, that thing on my face now. But he has a huge hernia on his tummy. And they told me when I first took him to the other vet that as long as you can push it back in, we can wait until we get him neutered. Spayed, neutered, yeah. And just have the one surgery and the one expense. And so that's what I'm trying to do. But, you know, it may be another month before I can get him fixed because he just hasn't fully developed in that area, and it's too soon. I totally forgot about the truck. I just thought I banged something underneath, and that, you know, if I didn't see any oil trailing down the road or something, it was fine. And so I just forgot about it. By the time I got home with him and the errands and stuff and unloaded and got the cats together and dealt with it, I had totally just forgotten about it being a problem. And Justin called me yesterday after he left. He said, I forgot to tell you, you do know you've got a dent in your bumper, right? And I said, oh, no, I didn't know. No. I just thought the truck was so perfect. There wasn't a scratch on it. It's so beautiful. Anyway, he said, yeah, you do. So we looked at it this morning, and it's just the plastic part, but I think the metal underneath the plastic part is maybe bent. So I have to go to the shop and have it assessed. Now, this is the whole point of this video. I could look at everything as though the glass is half empty or it's half full. And I think that's the way it goes. The positive is the half full, right? So I'm going to look at it like I'm very fortunate. I am. I'm very blessed. God has blessed me so much. Hi, baby. He's purring. Oh, I pushed it in, so it's in right now, but his hernia is right here. Oh, he's such a sweet. They're all so sweet. Anyway, so I could have gone off a 20-foot ditch. God forbid. Thank God nothing worse happened, you know. Hopefully I've learned my lesson and I'll be a lot more careful in the truck. Certainly in backing up. And God just keeps sending me these little signals, okay? Pay attention, stay alert, you know, and be careful. So anyway, back to the garden. So let me show you, you know, what we discovered in the corn yesterday. Is it a worm? It's got to be a worm.
Caterpillar.
Yep. Just destroyed our corn. That's probably the corn borer. Oh wow, it didn't like that, did it? That looks an awful lot like what's destroying the tomatoes, but it looks bigger. You get it?
Well, yeah, you get it.
I'm in your way. Oh, you already got it out. Sorry.
Yeah, see. It's all poop.
It's disgusting. Our best ones. Well, now we just have to bank on the. Alright, I have to find out what to do about these.
Bug brew on these.
So I didn't know what it was because that was like one of the meanest looking larva caterpillar I've ever seen. I thought it was maybe the corn borer or something. I might have had one in California. I just don't remember. But it ate right through the emerging shaft, and there's like holes, and then just poop or something. It was a mess. You saw it. So I sent that little clip to Tim, my farmer friend, and he said, I'm sending this to someone else to make sure, and he said, it's the army worm. They will eat the corn right down. And he said, you've got to spray with an insecticide. I said, well, I have Captain Jack's, and I have peppermint, and I mean, I don't have anything stronger than that. You want to get down? Okay. And so this morning I I sprayed everything. I used the food grade diatomaceous earth on the eggplants, sprinkled that on there, and we'll see. I just harvested my shallots. That's the entire bunch of shallots. What do you think, Patch? I brought a handful from California and planted them late, and this is what I got. It multiplied, at least doubled. Does anybody know what this is? It's just taken off, and if it's something that's a weed, I'm going to take it out. But if it blooms and it's pretty, I'll keep it. I just got through spraying everything with Captain Jack's Dead Bug Brew and a little neem oil, eggplant, beans, okra. As you can see, the beans are climbing the trellis, and there's the corn over there, not looking very good. Got hit by armyworm, I just found out. Just got everything watered. It's going to be another really hot day. Justin is down below tilling the small section that I decided I just had to plant. See what I mean? It's just one row of good corn on the side. This is where I found the armyworm, and all this other stuff just looks stunted. Also, I just sprinkled the eggplant leaves with diatomaceous earth. As you can see, it's got all those tiny little holes. Kind of hard to see the holes now with the powder, but all those tiny little holes are that bug that I can't think the name of. And Charles at OAG, Old Alabama Gardener, pointed them out in that video I did with him, and this is what he does. I should have done it sooner because all these leaves have little holes, and I'm just so hoping I still get eggplant. They've got to do this after every rain, obviously. But it's not going to rain for 3 more days, so hopefully this will arrest them for a while. I do have flowers, and as soon as I got done, I saw a bee. This is the big problem with the okra, and I don't know if this is just burned from hot sun. I mean, I know okra loves heat, but it got up in the low 90s, and I got a bunch of leaves that look like that. It's like a mosaic. Hopefully it's not something like mosaic virus or something. I haven't even looked up the diseases for okra. The melon that I planted in the rain and mud is really popping up. This one's a little slow. These are all the same, I think. And these are all lemon cucumber, and they're looking awesome. Got the trellises set up so they can just fill those up. My 2 watermelon plants are looking pretty good. I don't see any major issues. This is all winter squash. I actually don't remember. The tag is down there somewhere. This is Cushaw, which is a southern heirloom. I grew that in California, brought the seeds. Hopeful about that. And that's Daryl's butternut squash. Fingers crossed. So yesterday, Justin was going to set the first pole for the fence on the side garden, and he ran into a rock here, and it's at least 3 feet wide, about 6 inches under the surface, and he could not get the corner set anywhere near where it needed to be. So he tried to drill a hole in it, but his drill bit wouldn't go down far enough. So the fence is the next thing, as soon as we figure out what to do about that rock. And then the time is of the essence because, well, first of all, the corn has been nibbled on by deer and rabbits, I think. And then this morning I found, gosh, I hope I didn't walk all over it. I guess I did. Oh boy. There was poop here, little round pellets, which I think could be deer or rabbits. Where'd it go? I know I saw it. Oh, that's crazy. Okay, I guess the hose dropped it down, knocked it down underneath this hay. Anyway, look at the great job that Justin did on the hay. Haven't done hay on the corn, obviously, but everything else has hay. You know, every vegetable I produce is probably, the value of it's probably about $100. But I'm establishing something here that hopefully I can carry on, you know, in the coming years. And of course, there's always something to learn in gardening. You've never met every pest. You've never met every pest. So there's a million insects that we have not been introduced to yet, you know, so there's always something to learn, and something to learn how to deal with it without, you know, poisoning yourself or poisoning your garden. But anyway, thanks so much for sitting and enjoying these, well, hope you enjoyed it, these few minutes with me, and enjoy your morning drink, and if it's morning where you are, and I look forward to sharing more of my life here on the homestead. All right, let me just show you these kitties in coming videos, so be sure and subscribe.
If you enjoyed this video, please watch these. And don't forget to follow me on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. And I'll see you in the next video.